I think it's doing fine altogether. All right. Well, hey everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Nima.
I'm Remy.
And we appreciate you guys joining for our week 2 of
The Leftovers, season 3.
The Leftovers. So before we jump into it, because we watch a show together, we have a lot of notes and a lot that we want to cover. But just a thank you. We appreciate everybody that has stuck around from the last show into this one and all the new people that are going to be watching us. But we have a little intro.
Right.
Let us know if it worked okay. But second thing is, if it did work okay, I'm playing a little game, quiz with it. So we have clips of different shows that we've talked about or we're going to be talking about in an intro. And everything's been labeled. So you see Sense8, you see House of Cards, you see HBO's different shows. Everything is labeled but one clip, which plays at the very beginning of this intro for a second or two. So during this whole season of Leftovers, I'm going to change that clip slightly, and I'm going to see if anybody, including you, Remy, can figure out what show that's from.
Well, I'll do my best, Nima.
It's not new. So that's the only tip I'm going to give today, is that it's not a new show.
Is this like a game that you're playing?
It's like a little game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, title of this episode, Don't Be Ridiculous.
I just
Nima?
noticed that too. I know.
Nima, don't be ridiculous.
I'm always ridiculous. Oh, my beer is so cold. It's been in the freezer.
Am I too high in the frame?
Yeah, you're
Wait,
you're
ready?
forehead level high.
All right, ready?
Fail. That's a good start. Stop.
Great.
All right, you're good right there.
It's good. All right, cheers, my friend.
Cheers. We're public, right? Let's make sure we are public. I think we are. But cheers.
We are unlisted.
Just make it public.
Make it public.
Yeah.
So, all right.
No, it says public on my end, so we're fine. Either way, you just made it public. So let's jump right into it. Do we want to do an overview, like overall thoughts, or do you want to go beat by beat about the things you want to talk about?
Let's just start talking about it. I like where it's going. It's just getting it's good. That show is great. I didn't like it at first.
It's beyond great. Where do you think it's going?
I'm kind of seeing some conspiracy theories going. Government stuff. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they're the one that planned this, thing that made people disappear. Maybe it was like a depopulation kind of thing. Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know if that's it, because it's so religious in a way. There's a lot of religious winks in this show.
Yes, absolutely. And here's something I noticed today when watching it. I don't know if it's been in the opening credits before, but one of the producers of this show is Reza Aslan. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Reza Aslan is Professor Klaus, and the way he talks about how famous he is with metaphysics and astrophysics and things like that.
Yeah, sure.
Reza Aslan is just as famous and is just as good at explaining religious history.
Ooh.
So he has a doctorate in theology. And
he was involved in the making of this season or the whole show?
I don't know. Today is the first time I noticed he's a producer. He's a really polarizing figure. So people hate him, people love him.
In the religious world, in the history of religion.
Right, but he's studied all religions. He has a book on Christianity that's really famous, and Jesus that's really famous. He has a
We should
book
check
on
that, see if he's been involved since the beginning. But if he's only being involved in this season, then this is one of these shows that makes you think about life, I feel like. And we maybe have not gotten the gist of that yet, but I think it's coming.
I think so too, but one of the things that basically happened with this episode is, we're jumping a little bit ahead, is the idea that this guy reaches out to Nora and is talking about how scientists have built a machine based on things that they've learned from basically the place or the crime scene, whatever you call it, of where the departed happened, and where there was leftover
high
radiation.
Concentration of the leftover radiation of the thing you described, the fourth thing of the ionizing.
Right, whatever that was called.
Right.
So I think that made the show take a huge
turn
into sci-fi world, and I'm pumped for it, especially if they keep it going, man. It's because the theories are insane about what could be out
dude, when Nora calls her colleague.
Yeah, at the department of whatever, departed.
Yeah, and she was not on speakerphone, and at the end of that whole conversation, he tells his colleague that's sitting next to him, she's going. How does the other guy know? Was that a
I
mis? I don't feel like that's a mistake. I like one small detail that because this show like we both know is like really well done and it's really thought out. It feels like,
Right.
and so I don't think they would like throw a detail like this with that intention.
Okay. So I think there is a lot of details, like a crazy amount of details that are in there that are going to either hint at something or just make your brain go crazy. I don't know if that one sentence is it because from my point of view, they were just talking. So he hears half of the conversation. This happens in real life, and
Yeah,
the guy
sure.
just finishes it and it's like,
Yeah,
she's going.
sure. That's the only thing that could make this not like an on purpose conversation or
right.
like sentence at the end of a conversation. But this show being so deep and big, I think that it was done on purpose. Just like the guy in the room that Nora goes to meet, Mark, whatever his name, who was a fraudulent person back in the day, apparently.
Yeah, he faked his departure.
Yeah.
What is
Depart-
it?
departure.
Departure. Thank you.
Departion.
Departure.
Departure.
Yep. I get it right every once in a while.
So he takes her phone and throws it in the toilet, and she's like, "Oh, what the hell?" And then he's like, "It's just hardware.
Everything that matters.
Everything that matters is in the cloud." Okay, that was like definitely done on purpose.
Right. That's just like a wink, wink as far as the writers go, like writing that scene. It's.
And then
Go ahead.
and then like, like they're starting to show even more. Like this has been happening in season 2 a little bit, but now it's even more like their intimacy between Nora and Kevin. Like
Right.
they're a cute couple. Like the acting is really natural. They have a chemistry, and it's like you feel that, and I feel they're building it up, and it's gonna be like, it's just their love story that's just gonna do something crazy, and by the end,
Obviously they're not together. At the end,
and
something's happened.
she kind of denies him, but
I mean, you're right because this is the first episode that at least I remember from my memory that was at least opened up for a big portion of it. What felt like really positive. There was happy music playing. There was upbeat. Like
Yeah.
they were joking around. They were flirting. So it went up for quite a bit. Where you're just like this show that is overly depressing a lot of times. Really deep,
Sure.
sad tones. But it's like you're sitting there watching 10, 20 minutes of just happiness, of just like people joking around, like goofing around in just regular life. Obviously, it comes crashing down at a different points in this episode.
yeah,
But this is the first time it's been overly happy, at least at the beginning.
sure,
I
see that.
It kind of like you're talking about the chemistry between them. That's what it was. Like a lot of times they've been there for each other through the shitty times. But this is when you see them just having a good old time. Like she's messing with him about being the Messiah.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's funny.
It's funny, but they never touch on like the fact that he did die twice and came back.
They touched on it in the last episode. I wish they touched on it more.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the beauty of this episode. The dynamics are just perfect.
So I don't know if I want to touch base on some things or just jump right into what theories we could have.
I mean, okay. I have another theory, but go with if you have one right now, please share it with the world.
I don't. It's not a concrete theory, but obviously there is something off about Nora.
It's like a plastic theory.
Is that what it's called?
No,
Oh,
I'm just
it's your
making a
stupid
joke.
joke. It's there's something off about Nora, and it must have to do with that radiation that the guy's explaining. If at the point of departure, the immediate aftermath has a lot of radiation, and Nora is one of the only people. Like they hint on that.
She was there
the whole seasons that
Right.
she had the biggest number of departed around her in one event. Right.
Same with Mark.
Right, Mark with the three co-stars.
Yeah.
But she was literally there with them, right? And,
We don't know if he was. Okay, gotcha.
right.
Yeah.
So
And then
there has to be like maybe there's radiation on her. Maybe if they're teleporting people from one universe into another one, or from one existence into another one, the fact that she was there with them, maybe she has some residue. Maybe she's in between worlds. That's why she's not able to touch the screen, or she's getting glitches.
yeah, I mean, totally. If she was there and she's one of the few that was there when 3 people departed, like in the same room, same spot.
Uh-huh.
that, like you said, like the screens at the airport, and then the car, and then there was something else like the barrier with a ticket,
Right.
something electromagnetic.
So
Not working out for her, that's for sure.
What's your theory? Because obviously it has to do about that too, about Nora, but I don't know what it is.
The whole religious aspect of the show aside, now that we know that there might be another, like, ploy by hackers or whatever you call them to get people's money or whatever.
Right.
It might be like that machine might really exist, and if it's all science and people are able to recreate these ions or whatever that created those spots into a different dimension, let's call it that for now.
Mm-hmm.
It might very well be a military/governmental thing.
Right.
Who knows?
Like something gone array, as far as like they were trying to do something awful happened.
Maybe
a shit ton of people went missing.
Yeah, or the government's like, all right, there's too many people in the world. How can we get rid of a lot of them without doing something terrible? I mean, that's very terrible. But
I mean,
maybe they teleported everyone into a place in the world and everybody's there alive and captive. Who knows?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. And from this writer, it certainly is possible that they're gonna drop a bomb like that. Meaning, because
you think
what's his name? Mark, the actor guy in this episode.
Oh yeah.
He really emphasizes and seems like he genuinely means it that these people are just gone somewhere else, and this is real. You can go see them. You can go visit them.
He doesn't know himself. He's just really believing that. Did he when he was describing when he met the other person in Phoenix? Hey, and did he see her go, or was it the same setup where she talked him into it?
I got the feeling that she talked him into it.
Because if the people who are the scientists or whatever, the people who are making that happen for the people who want to join their close people that departed, and you have, you're convincing one person, and before that person goes through with it, you have that person convince the next person, and keeps going that way. That sounds like a terrible
scheme.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. And if we ever find out more about what this machine is, what it looks like, what it does, Nora could be absolutely right, because Nora said,
yeah. She works in the fraud department.
Right. I mean, but she said this machine, whatever it's doing and it's sending people to, it's incinerating them, because crazy amount of radiation literally just burns you.
Burns people, yeah. It can burn you.
So maybe Mark didn't go through it because he looked like a normal person.
Maybe they all got, like that movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Maybe you all got shrunk and they're just like around like, hey, we're here. No, you don't like that theory?
I do not like that theory.
Okay, moving on.
You don't actually think so though, right? Just want to make sure.
Who knows, man? The guy wrote Lost. Lost was pretty lost.
Lost was super lost. It's crazy. Like maybe we at some point we'll have a full discussion about how crazy Lost got.
Sure.
It's really good, and it was addicting, but holy shit.
I never finished it. I hear the finale is like just kind of crazy. Like,
it is crazy.
It just like makes no sense, but it does, or I don't know.
It wraps things up in a nice Lost kind of way.
Okay, so
I'm really hoping for something similar to this, because that was the ending of all endings, man. People were talking about that ending for years. So I really hope they do something similar with this. What is it?
The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
Mariah's telling me we should watch that soon.
I'm writing it down. The Handmaid's Tale.
So, and then we learned about Nora and Matt's parents, which was pretty interesting. They burned alive. Ooh, there's a theme there. Burning alive. Yeah, when she said they got incinerated, she was telling Mark.
Got it.
I don't know. That's probably not on purpose. But
Remy, you're actually pretty good at connecting things that might not be connected in any way, but at least you see links between things. I try
to, man. I try to.
Good.
That's the least we can do for the people watching us. Thank you, guys. Again, we're Steadiocast. I'm Remy. He's Nima. He's here, actually. Yes. No, he's there. It's Nima.
Yeah, there you go. You're right here. Should we talk about like a little secret that we have, like this weight that's on my shoulder, and it's the fact that, at least me personally, I don't know about Remy, I'm not going to speak for him, we don't like our name. And hopefully over the next like year or two,
you mean Steadiocast?
Right. We can change it to something that's more fitting, more exciting, but it is what it is now, and it actually has a lot of history for us. So it's awesome that it's there. It means a lot.
It's good. It sounds like a very big name, like Hollywood status, like production company.
That's right.
Which hopefully one day, you never know.
Soon enough.
But considering our banter is pretty like, on the comical side, maybe it's too serious for it. So is the intro. I feel the intro is really serious. But
intro's really serious, but I mean,
it's badass. Hey.
For people that are sticking around, I'm trying to game the system to get more viewers. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. Let's hope that this gets us viewers for just an additional few seconds.
And subscribe if you like us.
Yes, thank you. If you do like this kind of banter, this kind of discussion about the shows and what we're going to be discussing over the next year, literally we have a lot of things planned. Please like and subscribe, and it would mean the world if you guys could join our live discussions or just even comment. During the week that you're going to watch, we engage in almost everybody that comments because your theories are awesome. You give a lot of good, awesome input to the shows that we don't even pick up on.
We did a Big Little Lies before this, and we had some awesome theories. And by the way, this last episode, on episode 1 of this show, season 3 Leftovers, how many thumbs down did we get?
We got 12. Let's see if we can beat it this time.
Awesome.
Let's go for 15. Yeah, thumbs down and tell us why you hate us.
Yeah.
I mean,
even though if you give a thumbs down to someone, you might not want to waste your time explaining why. But then why would you give a thumbs down in the first place?
I don't know, man.
Interesting.
I don't want to judge people. Have you ever given a thumbs down to anything?
I don't believe so, no. I have better things to do with my time.
You don't. Are you on Reddit in any way?
No, I have better things to do with my time.
Okay. I was like, I thumbs this shit down on Reddit all the time. Like, even though I'm one of literally like 500 million people that uses Reddit, so my thumbs down is not going to make an effect on the post, but I'm like, I'm doing my part. Thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's
why in God's name would you give us a thumbs down, though?
Remy's
why does Nora say that so much? Why in
she
God's
said it
name?
Once. I picked it up only
say
once.
What in God's name so much? No, that's like the second or third time I hear her say that. That's a little too much, man.
Okay.
Especially if it's in the script, if she has to read line by line. By the way, do you think this show is a lot of improv or?
I was thinking about that this episode. The part that Kevin. Oh, we should talk about this. We have to talk about this. But when Kevin is, killing himself or whatever the actual term for it is.
Asphyxiation.
Sure. And
self-asphyxiation.
Sure. And then Kevin has this little like vulnerable moment that he's like, let's have a baby, and she cracks up laughing.
Yeah.
That seemed almost improv because that was like a genuine laugh to me.
Yeah. Actors are the smartest people, I swear. How do you do that?
So we got to do two things. We got to talk about
that's a thumb, Nima. That's not an A. Sorry. Anyways.
We got to talk about the question that we asked in the thumbnail, and B, we got to talk about Kevin's suicide tendencies. That is like, I swear to God, I'm not trying to kill myself.
Yeah. Nora does it too. It's the pain thing. Like, you remember when she used to have a hooker over and putting the bulletproof vest and have, remember that?
Oh, right.
That was a pain thing and she's still doing it, apparently breaking her arm.
I don't think they're related.
Why would she break her arm on purpose, slamming the door on it?
So she could have a reason to get a cast.
Why would she want
that seems logical to me, because she got a tattoo that she's afraid or scared of.
Why? Okay.
Go on, bring the questions, because
I get it, because Kevin didn't know about the tattoo until the cast came off.
Correct.
But she got a tattoo. Maybe she broke her arm because she was ashamed that she covered her departed children's names.
Right. Absolutely. Because, you have to explain why you got this crazy Wu-Tang Clan tattoo.
Yeah. The trampoline scene, eh?
The trampoline scene was amazing. The slow motion is like black and white. Slow motion and black and white make everything 1,000 times better.
That wasn't black and white.
But it was slow motion. So I'm just saying they're similar. It just makes things a whole bunch cooler than...
More dramatic.
Right. And what's her name? What's Michael's mother's name? Michael is the neighbor's son. And I'm saying son because Erica.
Yeah.
Erica's back.
Yeah.
Beautiful as always. And she's back, and it's just like casually, she's just living in somewhere else.
Yeah, she bought a trampoline, get over her kid.
Right. Wow.
And by
She
the
didn't
way,
buy a trampoline
I'm
to
not
get
gonna
over
go
it.
there. That's so messed up. Gosh, I'm so bad.
Please go there. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say, she said I buried my kid, but she got blown into like the missile, like
Hit
landed on
her.
her.
Right? It seemed like the missile was directed at her. But no, you can still bury it's
Yeah, I
it's a
guess
regular
so.
thing.
Like the dental records and whatnot.
Right. Like they will basically say, here's some bone shards and stuff that you
For
can.
everybody watching, I do have a heart.
Yeah, he does. I don't. I'm 1,000 times meaner out of this Steadiocast podcast.
Nima is definitely the asshole in our relationship.
No, man, I just don't waste time trying
Uh-huh.
to act nice.
Mhm.
It's like false advertising. You're gonna find out later than not. Then
You're nice. You're nice. You're not mean.
Okay.
You're an asshole though. Most of the time.
All right. I don't know how to take that because you just said I'm nice, but an asshole. Well, I mean,
Yeah, you're a nice asshole. Okay, this conversation is over.
Thank you.
Did Nora smoke before? Was that
I
the
don't
first time?
know. I think it might not be because, like, subconsciously, if this was the first time, I would have been more shocked by it, and I totally took it casually. The whole putting a foil on a smoke detector, kind of crazy. Just go smoke outside. But, I mean, the smoking thing.
Sometimes you don't have the luxury in a hotel room.
I mean, maybe you're right, but maybe I'm just so fancy that every single hotel that I've been to has a balcony.
But that's fancy, Nima.
Yeah, I'm kind of, first world. 1% club.
You're in the 1%. That'd be hilarious.
Let me look at my notes to see.
Um,
Did anything ever happen in St. Louis before in this show? Anything at all? Like, does
it
it
sounds like yes.
right? But what happened?
I don't remember.
Me too. And if anybody's watching and if you do remember something happened in St. Louis, just let us know. If nothing happens, just write "Shut the fuck up, Nima." Nothing happens.
It's hilarious. Were you as shocked as me when you see little black baby and you're like, oh, is that Lily? And then you realize it's Lily, and then you see Christine out of nowhere?
No, because I was like, who the hell is this lady? It took me a while to
What?
remember.
You didn't recognize her?
No, not at all. She was in season 1, right?
She was in season 1, yeah.
Yeah, no. It basically
And-
took me after finishing the whole episode. I was like, "Oh, she's the oh, got it."
Oh, that one. She abandoned her baby, her little
Yeah.
black baby, black
Yeah.
Asian baby.
Yep.
Awesome.
Just offend two separate groups in one sentence. Nice.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
But okay, so the part that I didn't really understand is, when she goes back to town, to Jordan,
She goes to town. Got it.
she gets pulled over and you think it's Kevin, but it's Tom.
Right.
And they have this conversation about Lily. And
right.
Tom's like, by the end of it, Nora's crying, Tom gets out, but his last words were, I give that the baby Lily was for my dad, not you. I didn't even know you existed.
Right.
Which is fine. That makes perfect sense. But I don't understand why she would cry after this conversation. I know she had a long day. Must have been very tough.
Dude, it's not a. Go ahead. Sorry.
Why there was 2 days. Okay. No, she had a tough 2 days. Whatever. But then she cried. Do you know why?
I think I do know why. Because
Please do explain.
Because it's not just that she's had a long day or a long couple of days. She's had a long
7 years.
7 years, man. Like obviously this happened to 2% or 3% of the world's population. Something awful. But man, she lost everything. She's this character supposedly is going to be traumatized for the rest of her life. Even if something good happens, she's going to have all those awful things in the background constantly bugging her and going at it, right?
Sure.
So she's at the point, and maybe some of these people in real life, that they literally take everything personally. So this baby that was left at the doorstep for Kevin, she thinks this as a sign that the baby was meant for her. So it was taken away. So there's that pain. Now she's coming to the realization. I'm thinking that maybe the fact that she's making herself the center of all these events, it had nothing to do with it. Just like Tom or whatever his name was said, that is like, that was for my dad. I didn't even know you were there.
Right.
Like, obviously she took it as if, she's
Well, then that's why she laughs hysterically when Kevin's like, you want to have a baby.
Right. Because I think she's borderline going crazy, man. Something's going to happen with her.
Yeah, especially if she You know, maybe because you know, like the past 7 years, they never show that in the show, but we don't know if she's had that problem with screens and stuff before, anything electromagnetic. Maybe it's the new thing because maybe if the government conspiracy holds up, they're getting ready and they're building up those like,
Oh, that's great.
concentrations of that, and maybe she's feeling it, but she's moved. No, never mind, because she's moving around. She's moving around.
But no, I think you're onto something, because if that theory holds up, and they're, basically what you're saying is they're starting up the machine. It's like warming up, right?
Sure.
If she has that kind of radiation on her or on her presence somewhere,
it's going to build up on her too.
Right? So it could be malfunctioning devices around her.
If that's the case, what is it about her and people like her that it's going to prevent her from disappearing?
We don't know, because it could happen whenever the 7-year mark happens, which is going to be in the next episode or two.
It's the next few days in their world, isn't it?
Right. So it could happen. Maybe she does disappear. Maybe she has an experience just like Kevin did. Because, I mean, without getting too graphically detailed, Kevin was incredibly close to somebody when they departed.
Sure.
So I'm thinking maybe that's one of the reasons he's able to pass to this other realm and come back without, dying, basically.
I mean, yeah, why not? They haven't really explained the dogs in this episode. I know it's not like different tangent here, but
right.
We still know about the dogs. But what if that ties into it? What if these people? Okay, sure, maybe they went to another dimension because, we started having, very complicated physics involved and astrophysics and whatnot.
I really hope they do, but go ahead.
Yeah, different dimensions. Maybe they're all alive. That'd be awesome. Right. But what if they got teleported to a different time?
Right.
On Earth.
It's certainly...
That'd be cool.
It's certainly possible. Yeah. And... I don't want to spoil Lost for anybody, but that literally happens in Lost. There's
a time travel thing in Lost?
Oh, yeah. There's 2 seasons dedicated to just time travel.
Okay. Is one of these seasons the last one?
I think it's closer to the last, yeah. So, yeah. And so I think you're onto something. And if this guy... You know how every writer has this box of things that they can go to for every story? Like Aaron Sorkin is his talking style. Like, you can literally pinpoint same conversations in every movie. Maybe Damon, Lameroff, whatever your last name is, you're great, but I don't know your last name. Maybe he has that. Maybe he has this time travel thing that he grabs onto from every... I mean,
it's time travel is becoming a trend in popular TV, isn't it?
It should be. It's freaking fascinating.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, man, I don't want to get too nerdy, but the idea that time is relative, we know for a fact that time is relative, should blow everybody's mind. We're worried about politics, but time is freaking relative, man.
Yeah,
it's insanity.
Yeah. So is this show.
Yeah, this show is.
I hope this is gonna get tied up in a nice little knot.
I hope so too.
The last whole scene, obviously. I mean, actually, I don't know if obviously, because these 4 women hunt down this Kevin named
police
cop
chief
from Australia.
Correct.
And he kills the kangaroo from the young pope. What was the kangaroo doing in the young pope anyways? They never explained that.
No, they did not.
Anyways, tangent, sorry.
It was a gift from... It was a gift from the last pope, basically.
Yes, but then it kept coming back.
Until somebody killed it somehow.
Yeah.
Well, we're just...
The cop from Leftovers, the Australian cop. So anyways, back to what I was trying to
Poor people, if they're just watching us, whoever, has the, sheer will to stick around for this long. And they're like, maybe I want to watch the young pope. And we just randomly ruin that show for them. I don't know.
Well, no. The kangaroo has nothing to do... anything.
It totally does. But
I had a kangaroo joke and I forgot about it.
So go on.
Was it last episode that we learned that Kevin's dad goes to Australia?
No, I didn't.
It was
pick up on
last season, maybe. Then
probably.
Okay, maybe someone can correct us on here.
Mm-hmm.
So these 4 women on horses, they find this Kevin named cop and they kill him because they think he's some kind of resurrection or. So, and then at the same time, when Kevin Dad comes out, he doesn't look much older. Like, you know, he doesn't look as old as Nora did at the end of last episode. So
Okay.
first I was like, okay, they're already looking for Kevin, so it must be in the future, because last episode had a into the future scene. But then Kevin Dad comes out and he hasn't aged much. Why would they be looking for this Messiah Kevin, hoping that he's not going to die if they kill him?
There's that raises good questions because it means this book that Matt wrote,
Matt and John.
Matt and John, and there's multiple copies out there. So obviously these ladies have read it because they're quoting this thing that supposedly only existed
Yeah.
in that format. Sorry, I'm trying to make things happen in the background at the same time. There's different theories. Is it Kevin's dad that is trying to basically bring this up again because he's related to Kevin? He knows about this weird thing that he has where he talks to other beings.
I mean,
But he was also surprised. Like he doesn't know those people at
he
all.
was, but I mean, he's got. See, that's the other thing. Like, there's characters with obvious powers because when Kevin's dead the first time in the hotel sequence,
Right.
and his dad literally tells him, "Take her to the well."
Oh, God,
How does
I
his
forgot about
dad?
that.
How does his dad know? And and then we see his dad again. So obviously he's a huge part of it. Duh.
Hasn't his dad been through the same thing? Was that hinted at in season 2?
Yeah, I think so. Kind of like
Okay.
his dad kept telling Kevin like, just do what the voices tell you to do, and they'll
Right.
go away.
Right.
And I guess that's what Kevin did with Patty.
Kevin killed Patty, didn't he?
Yeah,
Kevin
in
killed
his-
Patty
in his
the-
dream.
in the death
Right.
sequence, basically.
Oh, by the way, the little girl that was Patty. That was
Yeah.
Chloe from Big Little Lies.
Chloe.
Yeah, Madeline's little daughter.
No way.
Yeah, it was.
Good for you for noticing and remembering
thanks,
that.
Nima. Thanks.
No, I genuinely mean that. That's incredible.
You're trying to be nice after I called you.
Not at all. No, I think that's
It's all
impressive.
good. It's all good, man.
Dude, I think it's genuinely
Hey, you want to hear a
impressive.
kangaroo joke?
Go ahead. It's
What
not
do
going
s-
to be good, but go ahead.
What? I'll hold it for later.
No, tell me now. You can't do ugh. You're literally the worst sometimes. But go ahead.
What do stylish kangaroos wear?
I don't know.
Jumpsuits. Oh, come on, give me a laugh, a giggle or something. Jeez, man.
No, man. You get a smirk. You get a smile.
You thought it was the greatest joke you heard all week.
Yeah, it's so good that my body can't react to it with laughter. But on the inside, I'm just going crazy.
Yeah, I know it. I think that's a wrap up, huh?
What?
Is there any-
It's a wrap up part?
I think we're done, eh?
We are done, eh?
Did you have anything like else? Didn't you have another theory or something?
Not at the moment. I'm kind of really. Oh, this is a good wrapping up point because we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones immediately after this.
Yeah.
Not after today. Like, don't stick around. It's not happening today. I'm saying after the show's over. But what I love about Leftovers is even Game of Thrones, as good as it is, and every other show that anybody likes, gives into this trend of here's what people like. I'm going to give them what they like over
Sure.
and over every episode. With Game of Thrones, people stick around to see who's going to die. And it's been the
Right.
same trend for like 7 seasons now.
Sure.
Leftovers says completely like screw that. Like every episode, every season is different. Like there's like
Every season's different. Every episode is different, but it's still built up to the same kind of thing.
it totally is, but you're
Oh,
not
well,
gonna,
I mean, that's what it is. Maybe that show is like changing the trends, which is fine. That's always been happening in pop culture.
Oh, I don't think the show's popular enough. I think the fact that they mess with the whole idea of expectations is the main reason why this show isn't as popular as it should be.
But it's still working.
Oh, it's definitely working.
So is it just working for the people who are sick of these expectations of the popular shows, or is it just that good that they're able to keep the popular things and themes, but still do it in a different way that was, you know?
Right. No, I completely agree with that. I think it's happening to all of us on a subconscious level. That, like, to the percent of the population that this kind of shit works on, it's happening to you on a degree that you don't know.
Sure.
The same exact reason why every medium or every piece of advertising works on an addiction kind of level. They try to get you addicted to come back for the next thing.
Sure.
I think this is going at the same thing, just in a different route, and they're going at it by completely, like, more or less disappointing you in every single episode. Because
I don't think so.
Because I'm literally at the point that every time I watch an episode, like this episode's beginning and tone, basically
it throws you off.
It was completely throwing me off. It's nothing like the tone of the show.
I bet you next episode's gonna have a different intro theme.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm intrigued to see what it is. Because
isn't it like annoying to have the same? I mean, sometimes it's comforting to have the same intro theme music, but there looks like they're gonna break that whole thing because last episode didn't have an intro.
Correct, and the young Pope also had the same thing. For the first 1 or 2 episodes, there was no intro. It just basically opened to the show. But this is a real thing that I really hope more directors, more writers, more producers pay attention to. Is once you set a steady opening or even a closing theme, if you're somehow feeling like you're bound to it for every single episode, that is going to completely screw your show.
Right.
West Wing had the same exact problem, that they had this stupid, for the first couple of seasons, they had this stupid closing theme that was super upbeat. Like, I'm
closing
fucking happy.
theme?
Yeah, it had a closing theme.
And it didn't work with the episode.
Right. They would have episodes that somebody literally dies at the very end of the episode, and then happy theme, everything's great. And
well,
just like,
I think, like, you know how maybe until now it's been, you have, your intro theme with the intro, the visual, and the same for the outro, or at least just the music with the credits coming down, and that just encapsulated the actual piece of art that was in the middle.
Right.
And now they're trying to make it just one thing every single episode.
You're right. I think you're definitely right about.
And then there's always that, it's like Dexter, that theme, that haunting thing.
Yeah.
They have the haunting theme here too.
I agree.
Which is like the best, but I don't know, it didn't hit me as hard this time.
So we'll see what they do with the next episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when are we going to be back, Remy?
Next Sunday night.
This Sunday night.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, to the brave folks that have stuck around this long, we'll be back Sunday night.
And thanks for watching.
Oh, super thanks for watching. Really
super
appreciate
thanks.
it. Yeah. We are going away. I'm Nima.
I'm going to count how many times you say super in every single episode, just so you know. I'm
don't.
Remy.
It's going to completely mess with my brain if you do that. But thanks, everybody. Peace. Bye. Have a good night, good evening.
Stick around. Next time we'll introduce this guy right here, the skeleton.
Yeah, I don't know who. Yeah,
he has a name. He has a name, Nima.
I will find out.
He's upset that you don't know his name yet.
Please don't tell me until the next episode.
I won't. The suspense is gonna kill you.
Whoa, I had to. There's gonna be an echo with the music, but that's okay.
Are we done?
You're done.
Just.